For real? Are we actually live?
We're live. Should be live.
Well, you guys, it isn't supposed to work out like that, honestly, very often. Mitch, I was like, you might as well start the live out. And he's playing the intro, and I literally saw one, casted at it, and it bit, of course. And then the boat started swinging around. But we do have our first walleye on before the lives even started.
Yeah, we have 41 viewers already, so.
I apologize to you guys we didn't get the live on a minute sooner. Actually, what I apologize for is me just setting the hook or not having the self-control to just cast at fish when I see them. You wanna know what else I realized on the way here, Mitchell?
What?
I have no net.
For real?
Yeah, whenever I clean my boat.
You take it all out?
Whenever I clean my boat, I take everything out. It's gonna be a super nice fish.
Yeah, it looks like it.
So Mitch was watching this on the live on the computer screen back there, and he knew what I was gonna do.
Yep.
You could tell he was like, "Don't cast, dude. You guy can't control himself up there."
Like it was gonna bite.
And it did look like a big mark, didn't it? And it is a big fish. We'll grab him here and give you guys a little bit of our intro. Oh man, we're gonna be fighting the no net blues all day. This fish honestly might come off right here. We'll see. Stay on for a second. Oh, got him. There you go. That's the way you want to start out, huh, Mitchell? Look at that thing.
Yeah, that's a good fish. I'm trying to get her.
Stupid.
Trying to get this chat going here. It got disconnected.
The chat did?
Yeah, sometimes it starts out like this, and I don't know why.
Look at that one. And I'll show you what it bit. That was a jig and a night crawler. Now, I am lucky enough to be able to play with a lot of new stuff that's not out quite yet in the fishing world. That's probably a 26.5 incher. What do you say, Mitchell? What do you think? Give me a gauge on this.
Yeah, I'd say 20.
Could be 27.
Really? I'd say 25 and 3. You get a bump board?
Yeah, I don't even want to put. He's longer than 25. I guarantee you that.
26, 27.
It's crazy after where we just came from, though. I just don't carry any weight comparison to where we just were. But anyways, welcome back to another live stream. That fish came on a prototype, which is now into production for next year. This is the Kalen's show jig. It is a tungsten jig with highly reflective, like, I don't know, this material on here throws a absolute ton of light. I love black and purple on this clear water system. So super compact tungsten jig, and I'm just tipping that with a night crawler. And we hope to, obviously that one liked it. That was the first fish I came across before the camera was even on. But the hope here is that we can pile up a whole bunch of these fish this afternoon. How's our chat? Did you get it all fixed, Mitchell?
I did, yeah. Sure nice. Did.
So
we got a few Oneidas already in the chat, of course.
Dude, the New York boys are back.
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate having you guys here. It is a beautiful day in late August now, and we are fishing for walleye. Sorry we didn't do a live stream in the last like week and a half. The last one we did nearly started the camera on fire. We melted a cord towards the end of our filming process, and that's how that one ended. But we hope to provide you guys some incredible entertainment on this Tuesday afternoon. But I want to thank you guys for being here. You guys make my job possible. Thank you for liking, following, subscribing, all that stuff that makes my job possible. Where have we been the last week? We got some incredible content coming out. We filmed Lake of the Woods Warrior Boats event. Mitchell's got about a bajillion hours of editing to do this week, and on top of that, his computer broke yesterday. So he's a real happy guy back there.
Yep.
But we are here to answer your questions and to catch walleyes on this video. Shout out Oneida Lake. Oneida Lake, we might have to go there just because of how loyal these viewers from New York are.
Okay, I gotta hear from the chat. What is the average size walleye in Oneida Lake? That I need to know first.
I think they get a lot of like 22 inches. I don't think they get like real big ones over there.
So it's just a lot of average fish. Or above average, I would say, I guess. Tom, do you ever fish Round Lake or Grindstone Lake in Hayward for walleyes?
I have, yes.
Do you ever like to bass fish those lakes?
Bass fish? I don't like to bass fish any lake. No, bass aren't bad. I don't mind some smallie chasing like when they're pre-spawn. but I'm not a big bass guy.
Tom really likes to pick them off beds.
The unsung hero of northern Wisconsin and Minnesota is smallmouth. The amount of incredible smallmouth lakes is far exceeds the amount of good walleye water.
Yeah, dude, they're a lot of fun to catch. Tom, when does the fall transition start to begin, and what takes place when that happens?
My fall transition has happened now. Now, generally what happens when the fall transition begins is I start thinking less about fishing.
No, he's talking about fishing, not what your fall transition is.
I know.
Like.
I know that. That was a joke.
Okay, all right.
This doesn't have a sense of humor, apparently.
I just had to give you a little ego check.
Fall transition, when you get water temps into the 65 and under. When you start hitting those, fish begin changing a lot. Fish will really start changing what they're doing, and the water temp begins dipping sub like 68, but you'll see it everywhere happening like 65. Now, it's not like an immediate like, oh, boom, all the fish are now in a fall pattern. Generally, some fish go to a fall thing, some fish will stay in a summer thing. The cooler it gets, the more fish end up in a fall thing. Generally, everywhere you're gonna go by like that first week in October, fish are doing very fall things.
Just had a chat at what jig you're using, so if you want to show it off again.
This is a prototype jig that maybe you guys saw in some videos we did from ICAST this year. It is called the Kalen's Show Jig. It is a tungsten jig. It's kind of got this interesting like hexagonal design. I don't even know what you'd call it, and then it has a ton of like reflective material on it. So I'm fishing the all black one with a purple mirrors on it essentially. It throws a ton of light, which is nice for like fishing this basin style of fishing that I'm doing now. So generally what I'm trying to do is just pitch this jig right over top of the walleyes and just let that thing fall, and you can just imagine that slow tailing jig, and the fish are seeing it and then come up to it and can eat it. But this jig will be available everywhere next spring, is I believe the plan.
It's basically designed for forward-facing cheaters like us.
It doesn't work without forward facing, really, does it?
Yeah.
Kind of null and void.
And then we just got a question from Walleye Slayer. Walleye Slayer, have you been slaying walleyes lately? That's what I want to know first.
Let's hear it.
And then his question is that a mega live?
Yes. Yeah, so I'm running 2 Apex 13s at the bow. One is on GPS right now, and one is on, obviously, Mega Live.
Nolan, every lake is different, but you'll see some basin bites well into September.
Yeah. I didn't see them some places, October, I mean, all the way late into the fall. It generally happens a little bit less, and I'll see the fish come up high a lot of times.
Tom, do you use a mask on your Mega Live transducer?
I do not.
You do not. Why do you not, so that everyone can know?
Just never thought I needed one. That's my response. I like to tell you guys I just know everything about everything, but I don't.
Tom doesn't know why, so. Well, Walleye Slayer said he's been slaying giants. Hell yeah. That's what we want to hear.
So what I'm doing right now is just combing a lot of water very quick. Basically I have the trolling motor on about 2 miles an hour, and I'm just cruising. I like seeing a lot of this bait. See all the bait fish kind of puddled up and around. Say that again? Yeah, grab me one out too. Oh, I had that's the terrible summer sausage I made.
You made that?
It was so, well, I didn't put any fat in it, so now I'm just using them as ice packs for my night crawlers.
What the hell is?
You live and you learn. Turns out you need fat or pork in order to make venison summer sausage. Because if you just try to make summer sausage with no fat, it just turns out like taco meat, basically. How has your guys' summer been? Has it been good? Have you guys been catching fish? Has life been good to you?
right, so if you're picking off suspended fish, what's the deepest you would cast at, fish-wise?
I just set my graph so I can't see deeper than 35. Most of the fish you guys are gonna see today are gonna be 20 to 25 down.
And then what do you think about bass fishing techniques for walleye?
Yeah, I mean, one thing you see that you learned or that I've learned over the years is that obviously like walleyes aren't gonna be in the lily pads very often, but overall, like very universally productive techniques for bass are universally good techniques for walleyes, you know, or vice versa. You see half the bass guys throwing a jig head and a fluke style minnow. Obviously that works really well for walleyes. You see a lot of bass guys doing a lot of like the suspending jerkbait stuff. Obviously that works really good for walleyes. Things that get a predatory reaction out of predatory game fish, some variation of that tends to work for all species. Swim baits. Swim baits work for muskies. They work for walleyes. They work for crappies. Now that we shot our load on the first fish, Mitchell, we can't get another.
I was wondering if it was going to be the live curse, catch the first big one right away before it even starts, basically, and the rest sucks.
I don't.
All right, let me catch up on questions. Quit yapping up there, okay? For 2 minutes. Have you used a live on a helix?
Yes.
Do you notice a difference? Yeah, you definitely notice a difference on that. For sure. If you don't go after the, I know you don't go after the medium-sized walleyes, but if you did, would you target them on mid-lake deep structure right now?
Yeah, pretty
or
much.
Are you just focused on basin fishing?
Pretty much deep weed edges, deep rock structure, things like that. Now, what you'll see a lot of times is like I might come across a school of 5 walleyes today. At some point I will. And if we get one to bite, it'll be like a 20-incher. And you'll notice a difference between the ones I catch that are solo hog daddies and the ones that are bound up in groups. We'll bump into some structure and you guys will see kind of schools of walleyes today. I don't even know if I'll cast at them because I like hunting like the real active basin fish.
The walleye slayer said life's been great. He had 105 fish day with 27 of them over 30 inches.
Is that real?
Yeah, no, like for real. Is that real? And
Walleye Slayer, DM me some waypoints on that bite.
Where is that?
That is quite impressive.
Oh,
could be in Canada though, and it could be like.
That's what I was thinking. It was Canada somewhere. Do you know Ryan Gleasing?
Unfortunately, yeah.
Okay, he said, Tom, are you going to do it live on the lake we fished on side?
So I was actually there, Ryan, the day after I talked to you, I had to go try it again. And there was fish everywhere, and I caught probably like 7 or 8 or 9 or 10 or something like pretty quick. And then as the morning turned into the middle of the day, I began not catching a lot. I don't know if that was the day or not. And I was gonna go live that day. And I did a bunch of upload tests out there and the upload was just crap, my upload speed. So the fish and the walleyes, or the fish and the service both told me to not do a live stream that day. But if you look at the live stream, it's kind of blurry, everything in the background. Like it probably shows me pretty good, right? But everything in the background's blurry.
It's really hard for me to tell on the computer, but I assume that's how it turns out since it's pretty low resolution.
So it might, we might be able to go to some somewhat secret lakes and
top secret destinations.
Yeah. It's hard to do. A lot of the places I've wanted to do live streams, like one place I've been going and catching a ton of big fish lately, there's been no service. Last week we just didn't really have time, although I wanted to do one. There just wasn't really a good opportunity. Can't do live streams in 5-foot waves. And the service has been bad a lot of places.
All right, we were right, Tom. It's Canada. Walleye Slayer was on Last Mountain Lake in Canada.
I believe you then.
Yeah, I believe it too. All right, let me catch up here. Would you ever try a fly rod with a streamer?
I have not. It would be difficult to get it down 25 feet though.
Any chance of a Mississippi River live stream?
What's that?
Mississippi River live stream, any chance of it?
Yeah, I would love to do one. Actually, I've been wanting to go down there We had one trip there in the John boat, and we were just utterly clueless what was even going on. But I've been wanting to go back like the last week now, so plan on either a YouTube video or if we get the right day, a live stream coming from down there. I'm not even opposed to like doing a week where we do 4 live streams from 3 different locations.
Yeah. Yeah, and we will be doing a lot of live streams on the ice this year.
Yeah.
We're gonna try to anyways. See how we can keep batteries and things powered up.
It's gonna have to be in a shack, obviously.
Yeah. Are you spending more time in shallow water fishing for walleye?
Depends on the time of year. A lot of times this time of year, no. Spring, fall, yes, I spend a lot of time really shallow, less than 10 feet.
Okay, Art is asking, said, would not side scan locate fish faster than forward facing sonar? So I assume he's asking, basically, will side imaging locate them faster?
In some situations, yes.
You want to give those situations?
Big sand flat, where you can just like really look side to side, like very quickly in a long distance. That would be beneficial to run. Deep mud basin, you can hit every mark super clean that's elevated off the bottom on side imaging. Your accuracy and how you can put a bait to them is much better, obviously, with live. If I ever find a fish to cast at, I'll show you guys that.
Can I troll a Reef Runner 600 with the spinning reel? Bought a few of these after your night fishing video, but don't have bait casting reels with line counters.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, if you're trying to, so there's 2 ways to do it. You can find the dive curve very quickly. There's a ton of different like online forums. Just type in like Reef Runner 600 dive curve, and you'll be able to see that dive curve. That's based off 10-pound monofilament. So you can kind of like guess how far your line is out and kind of guess how far you are down. Or you can just, you know, a lot of times obviously walleye is really closely to the bottom, so you can just say like, all right, I'm gonna drop it back till I'm hitting bottom and then pull it in a little bit. That 600 is just a money bait. Everywhere we go trolling that bait, from the Great Lakes to Lake Winnebago to inland lakes, pulling it on lead core. I mean, it's just a really good crankbait.
Yeah, it's one of the few baits that has a true triggering action to it, and it's random. Did you notice a difference in fishing during full moons like we just had?
Sometimes. Not enough of a difference to tell you guys something educated, I guess. I do have a firm belief that during full moon periods, fish tend to be higher in the water column or on shallower structure. Big fish. A lot of bait fish. We're gonna start seeing a walleye somewhere out in here.
Is this the best connection you guys had on your live stream? Not much lag at all. Well, that's good.
That's good.
Probably a lot less people around us, that's why.
Around us?
Sucking the service down. Yeah.
How many viewers do we have, Mitchell?
7,000.
That's not true.
7,000 minus 6,800.
Nice. You guys making me do math. Well, we better find a dang fish for him.
Better.
To be entertained by him.
For all you guys that are just joining, Tom did catch one right away.
Right off the bat.
First cast.
Yeah. But this whole basin thing, like, expect you might spend 30 minutes just trolling motoring, and then all of a sudden, ding, ding, ding.
Hands down the funnest way to fish.
Yeah.
It's not even close.
A lot of these like tight bait balls that almost look like walleyes down there, but they're not.
What batteries do you use for the trolling motor?
I have a big giant lithium battery in here.
When is the riverboat gonna make some river adventures? Actually pretty soon, probably, maybe.
There's a pod of little walleyes here, Mitchell.
Is there? See, I can never see them back here with the lag.
Oh yeah, I suppose, huh?
So I just have to trust that you're casting at fish.
Don't worry, I'm casting near fish. They are moving a little bit on me, but I'm gonna have to pull it into them here. Now I'm way by them. I hate getting on the trolling motor too much.
How high were they?
They were kind of down a little bit, honestly. I'm gonna spin on them quick.
Did you answer the question about the batteries for the trolling motor?
Yeah.
Okay, he said he followed up with what brand?
Oh, right now I have a Norskin here.
Are you gonna get out to Leech Lake this October?
Absolutely. One of my favorite trips of the year is the famed fall Leech Lake voyage. That's kind of like me and Shelby's classic trip. Do it. I'm gonna drop down to his buddy here. He turns. Not acting super interested though. See the difference in the reaction, Mitchell, between the first fish I cast at?
I can't see because of the lag, so I can't. I can't see.
Generally what you'll see, or what I see a lot, is that individual fish are far more bitey than fish in a school. And those were definitely going to be smaller ones, like eater-sized ones.
Yes, I am ready for bow season.
I even got out of the woods for a brief moment today.
Yeah, I think Tom might be more ready for bow season than I am even.
I mean, I ain't ready for anything, but
No, you're not.
I like thinking about it.
Mitchell, I bet you're just kicking it back there in the old captain's chair. You bet your ass I am.
Yeah.
My lake's water temp is in the low 80s. Where are the damn walleyes?
I have to know more about what kind of lake you're on.
Yeah, give us a little info about this lake.
Feed us the deets.
Where do you stay on Leech?
I always stay at Horseshoe Bay Lodge. Right on the kind of the middle portion south side.
It said, can you adjust the tension on when scanning left and right with the TCAI pole? No.
Well, there's that little set screw in there. You could.
To go side to side?
Yeah. I think. I never adjust it, so maybe not.
Oh, maybe, I guess, but you really don't need to. I mean, they're pretty...
No, it's like a firm enough grip where it doesn't
Yeah.
move when you're going.
Yeah, it's not going to move on you at all.
You got fish or bait? We'll do a test cast here. It is a fish.
He said it was a deep canyon lake.
Interesting. Got him right there. Hold on to it, buddy. Fish on. There we go.
Oh, looks like it's good too.
Oh man, that fish had the right attitude. See how he was all by himself though? He wasn't there with a whole bunch of buddies. Beautiful summer day, and the weather is literally perfect. A little overcast. It's like 72 degrees outside. And then big bucks are thinking about shedding their velvet soon. Is that true or no?
Still got a little bit.
Still got a little bit.
Usually you'll see it first week in September, like
Gotcha.
5th, 6th, 7th, 8th.
There we go. Not a giant one. Nice walleye though. I'm gonna lose a whole bunch of them right here today. But not that one. There we go. That's how you want to hook them right there. There's that jig. I love dark, deep purple baits, whether it's a jig, a plastic crankbait, whatever it is. 23 incher, 22 and a half incher.
I'd say 23.
23, Mitch says. There we go, baby. Getting it done. We even saved our worm somehow. Magical. That's what I like to see.
Oh, interesting. So this Deep Canyon Lake is, I gotta find it.
Deep Canyon Lake?
In northeastern New Mexico. That's very interesting. Sounds like a cool spot to go.
I would say,
I think somewhere basin oriented.
somewhere deep, yeah, I would think, with the water temp being 80 degrees.
Do you ever slip? Oh, hold on. I skipped one. Can you use this new jig in dirty water in South Dakota? Definitely.
Yeah, so it'll come in a whole bunch of different colors.
Do you ever use slip bobber with worms or just leeches?
Yeah, you can use them with worms too. I always like doing it like this. You could slip bobber these fish. I like doing it like this because I feel like I have more ability to move a bait around. Slip bobber, you can do the deal where like you just put the knot like 40 feet down and then like play with the slack in it, but I like doing it like this where you, I don't know, I feel like I have more control this way.
Tom, you switched from Helix on previous boats to Apex. Not sure which ones you're running, but could you elaborate as to what the benefits are and if it's really worth the money?
So the number one reason we put these on here is to get video out so that we can do stuff like this, because these have an HDMI port on the back that you can get a cord from Humminbird that plugs out so we can get all the screen recording. That was not possible with Helixes. The advantage is everything seems a lot clearer on these screens, I would say, overall. I don't know if that's just my imagination, but it does seem like I get a better picture than people with a Helix. These graphs seem to take a lot more power. So because of that, it seems to give my live more juice.
But for somebody who fishes every single day, probably worth it. Kind of depends on the situation, because the Helixes are still a pretty great graph.
Yeah, the Helixes are a really good graph. Where did my fish even go, dude? That sucker just bolted on me. Oh, he's way out in front of me now. How did that happen?
All right, Tom, Robert said he's just an old fart, and he's going to be basically on triple flowage from September 3rd to the 24th. So he's got a nice little extended vacation out there.
Nice.
Any helpful tips to catch walleyes? He has no live scope.
In September?
Yep.
So generally September, I'll fish something very similar to what I have on right now out there. And I'll throw it at a ton of stumps in that 6 to 15 foot depth zone. A lot of stumps, wood stuff, anything that kind of sounds like it fits that description as far as structure. Fish, those lakes are hard to fish, obviously, because fish can be absolutely anywhere. And it's a lot of just combing a lot of different structure. And then a lot of times when you find fish, you're gonna find like a lot of them in one area. Man, this sucker is elusive.
Is the last week of September and first week of October a good time to fish Leech Lake? Absolutely.
I don't know if there's a bad time to be on Leech Lake,
Yeah,
from my
but
experience.
that's definitely a really good time. Got kind of a couple. Have you tried a paddle yet, or just worms? And then when do you switch from night crawlers to minnows and plastics?
So I have not tried anything other than the night crawler. This has just been on a rod for like weeks now in my boat. Oh, see it. Nice, he's gonna see it here.
Yeah, anyways, when he switches to minnows, it's going to be more of a fall bite when the water's down in the 60s.
Oh, he just didn't do it.
Fish suck up shallow. Some lakes they do, some they don't. But on the ones they do, go back to a big sucker minnow.
Wow, I had that one going, he didn't bite. Interesting. Well, that one should have been as good as caught, but fishing the pressured waters, my crawler was also tangled, but fishing the pressured waters of Wisconsin, they don't all bite. Not like they do on TV anyways, you know? TV, they always seem to bite. I mean, when we film videos, they all bite, don't they? It's just live streams where they don't bite all the time.
Yeah. That's true. I'll just start doing like 7 random casts with no fish catches, and we'll call that a video.
Yeah, yeah. It's a joke. They don't always bite when we're doing videos. Sometimes it's like talking to someone that like you just can't get a beat on. You're like, do these guys understand the sense of humor I'm laying down or no?
Well, yeah, I mean, we're talking to a
camera and a
computer and a
screen
camera right now. It's funny because when we actually meet people in person, it's like, oh, you're real.
Oh, dude, I've done so
guys
many
actually
jokes
watch
at
us.
seminars that just fell flat on their face.
Yeah, seminars or something.
I mean, I spent a lot of time on those jokes,
Oh, he does, guys.
trying to dial them in.
He wakes up at 4 in the morning. Dude, you hear that boat over there?
I don't know what Mitch is saying, but absolutely.
That thing is hauling ass.
Yeah.
He wakes up at 4 in the morning and practices jokes in the mirror.
I do, yeah.
And half the time, I don't think he even understands himself.
Try not.
All right, Tom, northern Minnesota, shallow, weedy lake with good walleye numbers and size, 40 feet max. Should I target weed lines or try to find basin fish?
Probably a little bit of both. If you're fishing a small lake, there's probably fish doing a lot of different things. But a lot of times those small lakes are predominant weed line lakes, especially if it's like just a 40-foot bowl with weeds kind of all the way around it. The weed line, however deep it is, would be the first place to start looking.
Old Randy's in the chat. He said, encourage Shields to carry the Pendu jigs again. It's been a year or two. That's surprised to hear that, actually.
The Pendu is a killer.
Yep.
Here's what happens a lot of times with a product. The Pendu jig came out, it was super popular, and then you'll see like a couple years where like all of a sudden for some reason it's less popular. And then all of a sudden it'll get super trendy again for something like this, guys that are scoping, or I'll do a bunch of videos on it and it'll get super trendy again. And then everybody tries to get their hands on them again.
Randy, how's the bite on Sakakawea?
Yeah, how is it out there? I haven't been there this year, but I trust you've been keeping those walleyes in check.
Do you still do those Shields seminars? No, he does not.
Yeah, I still do.
The Shields seminars?
Yeah.
You did a couple this year, right?
Yeah, I did.
You don't have any left.
4. Yeah, I don't have any left this year.
Yeah. I guess that's what I meant.
Oh, dude, that's 2 followers that didn't do it.
You guys, I'll be doing a Shield seminar September 19th for whitetail hunting
In St. Cloud.
in St. Cloud, Minnesota.
Give them the dates, give them the details.
We don't have all the details ironed out. I think it's the 19th. It'll be in the evening, and there will be incentive to go because there'll be giveaways and cool things like that.
And you'll get to see Mitch's face.
Yeah, you get to see me just.
And you can't really put a price tag on that.
No, you really can't. And then my public speaking skills are just very, very good. The last one I did, I forgot to introduce myself.
Guy like you need no introduction.
No. How many times do you go fishing that you don't catch a single fish?
There's
say
one
9
time
times out of
this,
10.
I mean, one time standing out this summer.
Right? 9 times out of 10?
There's probably other times though that I've forgotten. You guys are gonna be on the phone with Shelby. Shelby, you're on a live stream.
Hey, I just wanted to let you know where I am. I'm picking blackberries on Nyberg.
You hear that, Mitchell?
No, I can't hear.
Okay. Say hi to the people on live stream.
Oh, hi everyone. I just wanted you to know in case something happens to me. I forgot to bring my gun.
Okay, I love you.
Love you too.
Bye.
First time in 7 years, Randy got skunked on deep water bay targeting walleye. So it's been tougher fishing this year, he said. So maybe it's a good year not to be there.
Said she's picking blackberries on, you know where. your old hunting grounds.
Oh. David picked a lot of blackberries last year.
Yeah, Shelby already made a bunch of jam and whatnot.
The walleyes seem to have shut down on my lake and don't even want to bite live bait. Any suggestions?
Probably stay home, mope about it. That's probably what I'd do. No, I mean, I don't. Sometimes you'll see just certain lakes fish harder at certain times of year. But I am a firm believer that even on days where I don't catch them, there's still a good bite happening somewhere. I might just not find it that day. I'm a firm believer in that.
I'm new to using forward-facing sonar. I struggle trying to keep the fish in view in heavy wind with the boat swing. Any tricks or tips? I think that just comes with time and doing it a lot and kind of getting a little better at boat control, but it's extremely hard, obviously.
Yeah, big wind's obviously the killer. I mean, it's perfectly flat calm right now, and I can't get this fish to go for whatever reason. Oh, heartbreak. So this fish is way behind me now, as you guys can see. He ain't gonna do it. A lot of times these pressured fish, you get that one good shot at him. If you can't get him to go on that, not good. See that one? Like, I'm just not even gonna waste my time with him anymore. He's staring at it. He ain't gonna bite it though. Onward. I'm a firm believer that it's better to keep moving as opposed to like get locked down on one school of fish or one fish that doesn't want to bite. There was an amount of fish in that area though. As we were moving through there, you could see, like, I think we casted at 3 that didn't bite there.
What's the best jig to fish walleyes, and would you recommend trolling or jigging this time of year?
Either one works. I like jigging just because I like holding a spinning rod in my hand. But obviously, trolling works just fine too. What's the best jig for jigging walleyes? It's kind of a loaded question. There's a lot of good jigs for jigging walleyes. The Pendu jigs, I fish a lot with light live bait. The Google Eye series, you can do anything with that, but I fish that a lot with my plastics. And then this show jig is kind of like a cross. It's kind of a tungsten jig, which you can do almost anything on.
Any advice on a first timer on Green Bay or Bay to Knock?
I don't have a lot of like midsummer advice. Obviously, like if you want to target big fish, like go north in Green Bay, get up in some deep water reefs, stuff like that. If you want to catch numbers, like the mud flats farther south in the bay is pretty common for a lot of numbers of fish.
When are you guys going to fish Ontario or in Manitoba?
I don't know. I know there's like insane fishing in Canada.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's kind of like the Olympics where it's like, we're America. We're going to do it here. You know? Do you feel like that or no? Are you just totally unbiased?
Yeah, I'm pretty unbiased with that, actually. I mean, I always hear really good things about it, so why not try it? What do you think about hummingbird target lock? Is it worth the price, or does it just make it more difficult to control your forward facing?
So it's not a thing for me because I like moving really fast.
So actually, explain what is target lock exactly.
So target lock you can lock it onto a target, and it will just sit there on the target. And it doesn't pan super fast though.
But it stays, like, so if you spot a fish in the basin, it'll stay on it?
Not on the fish, on like the GPS locked zone.
Okay, exactly. So
it's like if you're structure fishing a lot, or like fishing a wing dam or something like that, it might be really useful for you. One thing that I've noticed a lot, like obviously the main reason that was made is for spot lock, so that you can spot lock and still have it locked. I rarely spot lock. In the spring, a lot of times I will if I'm working like structure fish. But for a lot of the year, I honestly don't spot lock a lot.
Isn't it interesting how things change?
Mm-hmm.
You know, compared to like say 3-4 years ago, how we fished. Compared
Yeah,
to
everything
now.
was done off a spot lock years
It's just
ago.
completely different. Couple questions on how far the Mega Live is shooting out.
So right now it's at 92 feet. Don't ask me why it's at 92 feet. It's just what it's been at.
Why don't you have a live on the trolling motor? Well, that will be next.
Yeah, possibly put one on there just to have multiple options to show.
Randy said Van Hook arm on sack has been good. NWT pros all went there for last tournament, did great. Weights and numbers by Garrison's east side have been smaller.
Huh.
Well, we got another one. Howdy from Sodak. What's your favorite lake to fish in South Dakota?
Ooh, I don't know. I fished Wabae this year, filmed there. I fished Bitter this year. I fished Lynn Lake. I fished a couple other lakes. I couldn't even remember their names if I tried. It seems like what happens out there, and we were talking to some guys at the Warrior event. I've always wondered this because I've only been out there walleye fishing 3 times filming. And it seems like those lakes cycle a lot. A lot of those small ones, like, they get walleyes in them. The walleyes get big. They get fished out because they're pretty small, and then some other lake gets turned on, you know, or whatever. It seems like there's a lot of that goes on out there. So I couldn't tell you my favorite lake. Me and Mitch fished one that was fun one time, like 3 years ago.
Yeah, it was pretty good fishing there.
Every time I've been out there, I remember catching fish really shallow, though.
Yeah. Jacob, the pole mount is TKI CNC.
It will be linked in the description of this video.
We got a comment from Robert that said, smash that thumbs up button.
That what?
Smash that thumbs up button. Kick it right in the teeth.
Boom. We appreciate your patronage here.
What's the farthest you can see your jig on live?
Like big stuff, shiver minnows. I mean, you could see it out there like 100 plus. Lighter stuff, smaller stuff, obviously you can't get that same range out of it. I can see this small jig like 80, 90 feet out a lot of times. A lot of times I'm doing this, I'll try to cast to the fish, especially because we're in clear water today, when they're like 70 or 80 out. And a lot of times because I'm working forward, so like this right here. There's obviously a walleye right there. Could be a big smallmouth, but...
Scott said you got Mega Live on both sides of the bow. Do you ever use them at the same time?
Yeah.
Yeah, we do when we're both up there too, especially. Comes in handy that way. Tom, have you fished Sacagawea?
Sakakawea?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know if that's mistyped or not, but I haven't heard of it.
Yes, I have fished Sakakawea. See, this fish like charges up, but it doesn't even get close to me. That's kind of weird.
Bet you guys would be catching crappies if you were on the bog and the chippewa fluid.
You know it, brother.
That's right. Have you ever gone back to the lake where Mitch's muskie bit Tom's thumb? What was that?
Oh,
Trying to remember that. I
we
remember.
filmed a new lake video there, and it was nuts. Now you remember? Remember how ridiculous that was?
We were walleye fishing that day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yep.
Remember I kept
Yep.
telling you I was just gonna hand land the muskie, and then
Yeah.
It
That
did.
actually, dude, that was a lot of fun.
yeah. But yeah,
wanna say,
I
like-
have been back there. Here's the crazy part about that. So that was like one of the first times we'd ever been there. I have been back to that lake probably 5 or 6 times. Never have I seen it that good.
No, not even close. So it was very interesting. You know what's fun about that too is like, I felt like it was like a 2-year stretch where everything just felt like a lot of work, and then that was like a really just fun fishing day. Have you fished Lake of the Woods? Oh, we literally just got back from there.
Yeah, spent a week up there.
So there will be a couple videos coming out. I had my computer blackout on me yesterday, so I have to wait to get my new one. I just edit so damn hard that I'm just couldn't take it anymore.
Yeah, you do. You reach capacity in which your editing abilities exceed what man can create, Mitchell.
Yep. Yeah, I've been told that a couple times now.
We might have a smallmouth up high here.
If it is, it'll be a big one. Catch it.
He's finally starting to sit still.
Yeah, we got Tucker said that's exactly what happens in Webster. A lot of lakes getting pike infested too.
Yeah.
You got another one. Do you run a mask on the transducer? He does not.
All right, now we got a walleye. Big, fat, juicy walleye mark, which I casted too short. Isn't that the worst, Mitchell?
What's that?
When you just cast a little too short.
Oh man, that's literally. There's not
Mitchell
too many
was-
things that piss you off that much.
Mitchell was Mr. Too Short this week.
Yeah, yeah. We kind of fished a little tournament, and leading up to it was good, and the day of the tournament was perfect conditions, and I just hit every cast probably 2 feet short. I don't know why. And then Tom yelled at me.
I did yell at
He
him.
was being a big baby.
I was being a big baby?
You know.
Wow.
Where in Lake of the Woods did you fish?
The whole southern basin.
Have you tried Musky at all with forward-facing sonar?
No, I have not.
We got some people asking, what is the mask for the transducer, since people do ask that question.
It's a little like rubber thing you can put on part of it that they claim gets rid of some like interference, I guess you could say.
What brand lithiums are you using? I think you said Norsk. Right?
Yeah. That one didn't bite. Couple tough customers here, Mitchell.
Have you ever fished Big Green Lake? So deep, but the big ones are out there.
Larry Smith
Well, I was gonna say
said
Larry Smith was just talking about that, wasn't he?
that we're gonna go film a show there. I don't know if that's gonna happen or not, but it's hard for me to point the truck south.
Are we gonna do a video with Jay?
Potentially sometime, I suppose.
Is perspective mode useless or underrated?
It depends the situation. Like if I fish a lot of like shallow structure, then it's useful, especially like sand or stuff. Out here, I like just doing it this way. Got to get off this little piece of structure where the fish are kind to us, Mitchell.
Tom, do you have any tips on keeping the Kalen's bobber stops for coming undone? I've tried braid in mono. Within 2 casts, it comes loose.
The bobber stops? The kind of bobber stops you want are the kind that almost feel like nylon, not like string.
Yeah. The ones that come in, you gotta really pull them tight.
But, oh, okay. So they are, next year they're putting the
Different ones?
the good,
Yeah,
the
like
good
the good
kind
stuff.
in there, yeah. The one benefit to a lot of the companies that I work with is that we can quickly invoke change in certain elements of a product that feel like need tweaking.
Randy, we are not using GoPro for streaming. So he said, I use a mask to cut down on sun reflection. Works great when needed.
This fish got spooked to the boat. Who's calling me? Yes, ma'am. Can you hear me? Hello. Pocket dial. Mitchell, my new trail cams just went off.
Planning on doing some camping in Spear in October. Want to do shore fishing, total shot in the dark. What would you throw fishing for anything?
I'd go to a lot of in the fall. that what you said?
In October. Yep.
Yeah, I'd go to a lot of like the harbors or breakwalls or anywhere there's water coming into the lake, especially like little rivers. You'll see a lot of those, a lot of fish grouping up at the mouths of those. Like up the UP, they fish a lot of splake in the harbors. If you're talking about like Wisconsin, I mean, it's really in the fall, anything's in play. Browns, some steelies or whatever the heck they call them, rainbows or whatever. You can see cohos and little lake trout by shore in the fall. I mean, you can see anything in the fall up by shore.
Will you be switching to Garmin Live Scope?
Right now, I am content with what I have on here.
Way more ads than usual, apparently.
I even dropped the ad thing.
Yeah, and they're also, I think, guys, they're random for like everybody. It's not like every viewer seeing the same ad type thing, so
Yeah.
we really can't control that.
So it's, right now, you can set your monetization levels on YouTube. Mine is set on the lowest amount, to put the lowest amount of ads, which is the worst idea for trying to produce income on YouTube, but is the best idea for the most uninterrupted viewership. So that's the selection in which I chose. I'll have to give you some of our canned blackberry jam, Mitchell. It's pretty good.
You made it?
Well, Shelby made it. I didn't do anything.
Yeah, and Scott said he hasn't seen an ad yet, so I'm not sure how this ad stuff works.
If you have YouTube Premium, you won't see the ads.
So they said Lake of the Woods in Minnesota is completely different than Lake of the Woods in Sioux Narrows or Kenora.
Yeah, I know.
Much prettier and better fishing in Canada, I would imagine.
That was a no-brainer. We were going to catch one there. I don't know if you guys could see that just ridiculous school of walleyes down there. So we're sitting in 45 feet. Those fish were about 20 or 25 down. Judging by the head shakes, ain't going to be quite as big, but those fish look surprisingly big to be schooling. And that one bit immediately. Feels like a nice fish. We're fishing a lake where like 25s, 26, 27s are going to be about as big as the fish get. But he's a nice one. He's a real nice one. That illustrates the point really poorly of what you should expect when you see a school of suspended walleyes. But that was an abnormally large mark for looking at a school of fish like that. Stay on, buddy. We just want to show you off. If we make it through this whole video without losing one at the boat, I'd be impressed. We are jig fishing, which is a good thing for keeping fish on. There's that little show jig right in the roof of his mouth. There we go. Pretty simple presentation. Beautiful walleyes, man. And that is as good as life gets right there. Do you ever get sick of catching them, Mitchell?
I don't.
I don't either.
I don't get to catch them enough.
Yeah. Well, some of us are good on a camera. Some of us are good with a fishing pole.
Yep, some of us are good at both.
I've never met them, but...
Whatever. So Randy said he had 2 ads run during the joke. Didn't hear the joke or the punchline. Randy, is that a joke yourself?
I'm going to be honest with you, Randy. The joke wasn't worth your time. It wasn't even that good.
I don't even remember a joke, actually.
No, I got it written down in my pocket. I could read it
Yeah,
back.
go ahead and pull it out and tell us what it is. How many did you write down this morning when you woke up?
5 or 6 good ones.
5 or 6.
I've been rehearsing them all day long.
Yeah. So we haven't heard any of those 5 or 6 guys, but if you
No, you've actually heard 4 of them.
if you stay tuned on the
There's
live
no
stream,
laugh.
you'll hear them. I laughed. I thought it was pretty funny.
Oh, man.
What was the weight and length of that fish? He didn't say anything.
I kind of forgot. Was it 24 or 25?
The one you just caught?
It seemed like one, like a 24.
Or 19?
No. I think it was
probably-
23 to 25.
Yeah, it was
Put
about,
that way.
yeah, I'd say somewhere in that 23, 24 range.
Um,
Which is usually about a 5 to 6 pound walleye.
yeah, out here they might not quite be that heavy, but could have gone 10. Well, I'm not positive. There we go, 3 fish down, Mitchell. Sure, I could whip around and find the rest of that school, but we'll just keep putting our way around. All the bait. This is what makes this pattern pop in the summer. As you get over the basin, which is a lot of silty bottom, a lot of bug life comes up. Later in the day, always better. It's like something with sun penetration and light and blah, 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 blah. Bunch of crap I don't care about at all. And then you'll see all this bait out here, and the walleyes will move up in the water column all day long, and you'll start seeing more and more fish as the day goes on, and they will generally get more and more active out over basin as the day goes on. And then sometimes towards like the last light period, you'll just totally lose all your fish. Other times it'll be nuts into that time, and they'll come really high. I've seen both happen. What's the old lady making for dinner tonight, Mitchell? What's the old lady making for dinner tonight?
I was on mute. I'm not sure. I didn't ask. Something good though.
Sounds like I'm eating blackberries for dinner.
What's that?
Sounds like I'm eating blackberries for dinner.
Yeah. Tom, what's your PB walleye in open water?
32.
Are you guys doing a musky grind video?
We actually, I hate to even admit this, but we went out the other day and did it. And we had some action. It just wasn't going to turn into a video, and we were kind of limited on time.
Yeah.
But I still think we should do that video.
Yeah, I mean, it should be pretty. Right now is a good time.
Yeah, it has been. It's been in the 40s every night.
Yeah, I always thought like that first starting right away in August and on was pretty good.
And if it's not like mega hot.
Yeah.
Should we hit one with a hyper rattle
More
sometime?
podcasts coming. That is a good question. I couldn't even tell you why we don't have a lot. Why it doesn't happen weekly.
I don't know.
We do have to get better.
If you guys want to see more podcasts on the app, let us know. We always put most of our emphasis on doing a ton of short form videos, like the tips portions, and then the podcast is always like a second thought. Bait.
It says my lake has a lot of ciscos, a declining walleye population, healthy laker population, and there's stocking lakers. Again, how will this affect walleye numbers?
I can tell you this: lake trout eat everything in sight.
I was gonna say it doesn't sound very good.
There are lakes that are really good for both, but
Yeah.
I would assume if the lake's just got a robust stock of like 5 to 10 pound lake trout, that it's going to be hard for a baby walleye to get.
Yeah. So,
big,
do you know why the population is declining in that lake? That's what I'm curious about. You ever been to Bay of Quinte, Ontario? Is that how you say it? It's probably not how you say it, is it?
It's Quinte or
Quinte?
that's what I always
Yeah, I was
say.
gonna
I
say,
don't
there's
know.
no way
That might
it's
not
Bay
be
of Quinte,
accurate
like I
either,
said
but
it.
I have
No.
never been, no.
Right.
I know people that have
actually
been.
a lot of people bring that up in the chat.
I know it has some big fish potential.
What's your favorite crank bait to troll for walleyes?
It's probably the Reef Runner 600. It seems like just everywhere we go, we catch fish on that when we're trolling. What an unbelievably nice night. How many of you guys like fish super late into the fall versus how many of you are like, gets to be like mid-September and you're like, yeah, I'm done fishing. Time to get in the woods or throw the old pigskin around. You like late fall fishing, Mitchell, or are you just like, eh? Okay.
No, dude, late fall fishing is really good. I'm usually focused on hunting by that time, but no, it's very good. It's a good time to be on the water.
Yeah.
I do enjoy it.
My favorite days are when it's like 32 in the morning and like there's some frost on the boat seats, and then by like 11 a.m. it's like 50 degrees and sun's out. I love those days on the boat.
I remember some guide trips where it's snowing and it like literally just, 3 inches that winds up in your boat during the day. I had Mark on one of those trips. Do you cast a reef runner 600 much?
I don't, but most of the time I'm trying to fish that bait. It's hard to get deep running crankbaits deep on a cast, obviously.
So to add to that lake that's declining, you said they added crappie 15 years ago, more Lakers 15 years ago. The lake is 9,000 acres, deep, clear reservoir. Healthy, big numbers, but it's been declining since Lakers and crappies were added.
Huh. I assume it has more to do with the Lakers, or is it that they don't continually stock walleyes?
Well, that's what I'm wondering
the
too.
The walleyes don't naturally spawn in that lake. So
assuming there's probably good bait fish in that lake.
Yeah.
Because there's good Lakers in the lake.
A lot of times they put walleyes
like
in a lake. The lake's not, the fish will go through a spawning cycle, but they're just kind of like infertile, like nothing happens. There's a lot of lakes in Wisconsin that are like that.
Yeah, there's not a lot of natural reproduction, so if they don't stock it, there's not much that's going to happen. Then
or you'll end up with a really big class of fish at like 25 to 30 inches, but then it's hardly anything else. And then a few years goes by and there's obviously less and less and less of those big fish and no small fish replacing them.
Yep. And that always sucks. What are your Mega Live settings at?
So we did a full-on app video breakdown. It's right on the, if you go on the Walleye Now app, that's the best video. That'll show kind of everything, how I change it and stuff based on where I am. So if you go on Walleye Now, and then what you're gonna do is hit the Explore on the home page. And what you're gonna do is go to summer, and then it's gonna be on every setting for everything. So I'm trying to see how this shows here. If you come down here to the bottom, you're gonna see Mega Live settings version 3 or 1.300. That video goes into high detail talking about it.
All right, guys, welcome back to another Walleye
Who's that guy?
exclusive.
Who's that?
We've been asked.
That video is like 10 minutes long and goes through kind of the whole breakdown of how I change it all and how you can tweak your transducer and things like that.
All right, he said they do stock this lake with walleyes, but it's obviously between human pressure and Lakers, I'm guessing, is why it gets depleted.
Yeah.
Randy says he can't wait for everyone to go hunting so he could fish. He'll fish first any day. If all you guys in the chat are watching this, Randy's got a YouTube channel called Rippin' Lips Adventures. Go check it out.
Get over, check them out. Oh, there was one in that pot of bait, but he's gone
now. What are you fishing for? Just tuned in a couple minutes ago. The depth at 50 feet threw me off.
We were fishing for walleyes, but the walleyes are only down like 20-ish feet. We appreciate you being here. We really only fish for one kind of fish on this channel.
Yeah, bass.
Bass. We're incredibly unsuccessful at it.
Yeah, it's weird. We try to catch smallies all the time and just keep catching walleyes. Damn things are so easy to catch.
Yeah. So I've probably gone about a third of a mile from where we started. And I'm sure I could have like looped around in some areas, but I'm always curious as to like what's a little farther ahead. This area is seemingly not holding a lot of fish right now, the last couple 100 yards.
All right, Ryan says, expansive Minnesota lake. How can I be more efficient in finding walleye to actively fish, spending my entire time checking spots for fish? Is there a strategy for chunking into more managed pieces of the lake?
Yeah, like if you take a really big body of water and just like quarter it up, there's gonna be fish in all parts of the lake. Good place to start is just looking at depths. You know, like a lot of times, like if I go to a new lake, I'm like, oh, the first spot I looked at 3 spots. The first spot was a 10-foot weed edge. The second spot was a mud flat and 35 feet. And the third spot I looked at was a 25-foot rock point. And the 25-foot rock point had fish on it. Then I'll just go 25-foot rock point to 25-foot rock point. Just start fishing the most similar pieces of structure that you know have fish on it. As opposed to like getting on one thing and be like, let's go look at that shallow weed edge, you know?
Tommy should raffle off a trip in the boat with you.
We should do one next year. Or maybe ice.
There you go. Joel said, if you're heading to Duluth mid-September, how would you approach trying to catch giant walleyes? He uses Mega Live.
In September,
Yep.
still going to be fish in the lake. Some fish will begin to be going up in the river. If you're just after big walleyes, just be prepared to not cast at a lot of other walleyes or go long periods of time without catching a fish. Kind of like we're doing right now, trying to kind of exclusively target some of the larger fish in the lake. Once you kind of like mentally break, like a lot of people hate fishing this way, right? They hate this like big fish look thing. I really enjoy it, but there were times like when I started doing a lot of this, I didn't, you know, you get like suckered back in. Cause like, I know there's walleyes right there on that weed edge, Mitchell. And a whole lot of them.
Yep, so that's true. It's
way more of them than I've seen in the whole amount of time we've been filming this for.
Yep.
But when you get kind of like, you mentally break yourself of that, it becomes a much more fun way to fish, in my opinion.
Yeah, it sounds so weird to me because it's, you know, it sounds
like it's
like
a lot.
what
Some
you would do
people
in a
just like
tournament.
catching fish, which I totally understand.
Right?
I like learning about big fish. I like, you know, targeting. I mean, I don't care like how few fish I catch, really. Like I'm more than willing to go somewhere and just not catch fish in order to, hold on boys,
Catch the 5 biggest for that bag.
Oh, speaking of big fish,
Are you ever going to do an event in Duluth? And they said you are the best. I wasn't gonna tell you that part, but might as well.
there's not a whole lot of places I could do one. I mean, there is, I guess, but
Mitch, how's the bobber doing? I don't have one out right now.
there's not even one in the boat, so.
There's not one in the boat.
Man, I thought I was gonna get that one. Now he's over there. We'll hit him with the hyper rattle real quick. Hit him with something totally different. Sometimes when they start moving like that, they're tough to catch back up to with a jig and a crawler because they're just flying around.
When does the basin stop holding the biggest fish in the system? Honestly, some lakes I'm not sure if it ever stops.
Yeah, he didn't like that as much. I'm shocked that one didn't bite me. Yeah, you will see a push back to structure like into the fall a lot of times, but you'll always have some fish out over basin. If you guys are watching at home, it is like the most peacefully beautiful night you've ever seen. It's not too hot. There's no wind. There's walleyes swimming in these waters.
There's like no people around, which makes it even nicer.
Mm-hmm. How long have we been live streaming for?
An hour and 11 minutes and 34 seconds.
So we got 3 fish in the first hour. That's not a bad time.
No problem, Randy, for the shout out. I think your channel probably already has me out subbed because I just, have to post videos to grow a channel and I'm terrible at it.
That is true, you do.
I've already filmed like hunting scouting videos this year and just haven't even posted them. Couldn't even tell you why. If you were not using live, would you be trolling boards and bouncers with crawlers to target these basin fish?
Yeah, we did that for years and it obviously works
for sure.
Extremely good. Dude, couple tough customers here.
How do you fish live bait with crawlers and panfish infested lakes?
So there's a couple. The main one is when you cast out, make sure you're casting at walleyes, either with side imaging. We got that question a million times on that video we filmed in the John boat.
Video on the river?
No, the other one on the lake.
Oh, yeah.
People were like, how on earth do you keep the bluegills from eating your stuff?
Yeah.
The number one thing is don't just like randomly fan cast over a lot of different stuff. Like that video, I was fishing out of the XL boat and I was looking at, I just wouldn't cast my baits out unless I saw walleyes on side imaging.
Yeah, if you're like trying to look at side imaging, you do some seaweeds and you see like a million fish or something like that, or you catch them even on sonar over the weeds, like there's gonna be lots of bluegills and stuff in there, so that's why you're gonna get picked off all the time.
Oh, that was 2 I thought that I had guaranteed gonna bite and they didn't.
Do you think hours of daylight contribute to fish moving from summer?
There definitely is some kind of like internal clock.
What's that?
There definitely is some kind of like internal clock. Come on, show me another big mark. For all you Walleye Now viewers, we have some new stuff coming this week. We have some new stuff from last week talking about tuning crankbaits, talking about using forward facing when you're trolling, which might be a cool tip for the trollers out there. A lot of times I think people just think fishing with live is just like, there's a fish, catch the fish. But it has a super practical use for trolling, not so much to like watch your bait go into the fish's mouth, but to really kind of dial in trolling spreads. That video should be super useful.
Yeah, we'll kind of have like a Lake of the Woods one coming too.
Yeah, we'll have a Lake of the Woods one coming too. All right, you guys, if I burn this fish, it's because I didn't go with the jig crawler. But if I catch it, it's because I didn't go with the jig crawler. See how his movement was just downwards? It's not ideally what you want. It's still out there though, so we'll hit him with the jig crawler. Seems like that's kind of the deal. Some of them bite it, some of them don't. So you just gotta be throwing it. Oh, he's just not gonna see it. Oh yeah, he will. Gotta eat it, dude. Tough love. Tough love on that one. They ain't all playing real nice for us. Oh yeah, he's darting down. He's onto our tactics.
Randy's wondering if, he said, would you guys say this year's been tougher for the entire Midwest and the internal fish clocks have been altered by weather and water temps?
The only thing big pattern change I saw this year was we had fish go out of like an early spring pattern very fast.
Yeah, it was really fast.
But then they stayed in like an early summer pattern for like months.
Long time. Yeah.
I remember that.
That was definitely related to the weather because all of June we had just so much rain and like
Yeah.
water stayed the same temperature for a long stretch.
Yeah, I remember like weeks and weeks the water was like 57 degrees, I think.
Yeah.
But I mean, I would say overall, I mean, fishing's been like pretty decent this year.
I think it's been pretty good.
Starting to see some fish out here, boys. I mean, it's only a matter of time before I set the hook on one. Possibly even that one. I don't know if
On my
that was-
deep clear reservoir, we see big marks on the bottom at 45 feet. Soft bottom, would walleye be close to the bottom 45 feet? I mean, they could be for sure.
Oh man, he moved on me.
The problem is at that depth, though, you try to catch them, they just don't have a shot at living.
So I know that's a walleye right there, but I think that's the one I spooked away from the boat. I have very poor luck getting on him after I spook him with the boat. A lot more confidence in finding a new one.
So there will be a Bass Pro Shop in Duluth next year that you could hold
Oh,
an
really?
event at. Interesting.
Come on, fishes. Dude, it is glass out here, isn't it? Unbelievable.
Yeah, it's peaceful out.
It is peaceful out.
Oh, we got a guest appearance.
No.
Steven Krupke.
What's up, Steve? I thought you were going to say the elusive Doug.
I know, where's Doug? Where's Doug and Cameron?
You can't honestly tell me they have better stuff to do.
There's no way. What speed are you moving right now?
1.8. Probably looks like I'm not even moving. It's so flat out.
Dude, it doesn't feel like we're moving back here either.
I know. Keep an eye out for Cisco's flipping. This is the kind of night they'll do it on. There was one.
Steve said he's doing great, so keep up the good work.
Appreciate it. I saw you were up last week, Steve, or something. I was at Lake of the Woods. all
Yeah,
week.
Lake of the Woods. Steve, did you do any fishing up here? And if so, how did it go? Oh, he already responded. 28 feet was the magic number.
Nice. Wow, dude. A couple of tough customers, I'll tell you that. Yeah, he was a tough. Couple of salty sallies down there, you know.
Explain how you use live scope when it's rough and stay on the fish. Obviously, if you spot lock, your batteries would be dead. Well, this past week we were in 8-footers staying on the fish, so it was
I don't know
rough.
if you
Though. It
could
was
say
hard.
staying on the fish.
We were, but the problem was we're going with the wind,
You have to go with the wind if you're
and
fishing
yeah,
really
you
big waves.
absolutely have to. Otherwise, you're just taking water over the bow. And the problem is if you have to get on that fish right away and keep live on it, because by the time you cast, depending on what you're using, and that bait gets down there at depth, they're already underneath you or behind you. So it's definitely a challenge.
One thing I've done over the years is throw a drift sock out.
Yeah, it definitely slows you way down.
I'll throw that big monster drift sock out the back of the boat. It slows you down. Problem is then you can't, if you do have to like chase one, you're dragging 100 gallons of water with you, trying to run them down in the drift sock. So that doesn't work as good. But if you're just like, a lot of times we'll just get on a big spot, go with the wind, throw the sock out. Or if I see one, I'll just try to keep them as far away as I can and just ram that reverse button on the trolling motor. But it is not easy. There's a smallie way.
No, it's
outside.
not easy. It's brutal. You're trying to keep your balance all day. That part might be the hardest.
Yeah. Mitchell got a lot of good big water sharpshooting experience this week.
Yeah.
Maybe more than he wanted.
No, it was a good time. On the windiest days when I caught the most fish.
Yeah.
You gonna drop shot them tonight?
Probably not. I'm either gonna throw a jumpy bait like a shiver or the hyper rattle that I got on, or this jig and a crawler. I could throw a search bait too,
I was
but
gonna say, where's the search bait, man?
honestly, I looked at the 3 rods I had in here and I was like, it's good enough.
Yeah.
We had better luck getting him to bite though at the first little bit. Now
I don't know why I'm not moving that live back here and just casting search baits.
you have a very important job.
I can do both.
It's to relay the viewers' questions to me.
I can do both.
I don't know.
Multitasker.
It's a lot for a guy like you.
What's that?
It's a lot for a guy like you to
It
keep a
is.
handle on. No buffing, good feed.
No, I think it's a clean stream tonight.
It's probably because there's less people up here now.
Yeah. Yep. All right, so late to the stream, currently lighting a heater for Doug.
Doug's chiming in?
What's that? Who's chiming in? I don't know who it is, but it says late to the stream, currently lighting a heater for Doug, though.
Yeah.
Doug would be proud. That's for sure.
Doug doesn't even know he has like this,
He's got a fan base.
yeah, he's got a fan base.
Are you near any structure at all, or
Dude,
just out in no man's
Should we
land?
invite Doug to do a live stream
We should,
sometime?
actually.
Can you,
He hasn't walleye fished in a long time, so he'd enjoy that.
Can you imagine? All right, here I'm going to catch one. There's just no way one of these doesn't bite. There's 3 of them right there.
Oh, now it's buffering, too. As soon as we talk about how it's clean.
How clean our stream is now, it's
Yeah.
buffering.
Of course that would happen. Probably got ads coming, too.
Right on top of them. Got to get that little show jig down there, and they're all going to start coming up in a second here. There he is, right there. Oh, he dropped it. Wow, dude, I just could feel him biting the back half of the crawler. Wow, dude, they got finicky on me. How was that possible? Don't like that. Don't like that kind of behavior. That was very strange. I can't believe that fish dropped it. gonna be too short. Wow, finicky. That was 3 really good ones that chased one bit and then he didn't hold on to it. Very strange, very strange.
I'm in upstate New York and seeing signs of an early winter. I feel like we're in a month ahead of schedule. The numbers I'm catching now I usually don't get until the end of September and October. Are you guys seeing similar signs?
Not really, although we have had like a lot of nice, really nice like cool nights the last week. I mean, we've had a lot of nights like in the 40s by us the last couple weeks.
Randy's wondering, have you done Mega Live and follow baits out the back trolling?
No, I haven't. It always seems like a lot. I do so much zigging and zagging. Might just be too much for a guy like me to keep control of.
Any tips for leech this weekend going up with live scope?
Yeah, I would, oh, come on. All right, he just got it. Dude, he dropped it again.
How far in the fall can you consistently continue to sharpshoot troll, suspend walleyes in the basin? Late September, well into September for sure.
Got him. There we go. Redemption. That was too many fish to cast at to not get bit. It's feeling good, Mitchell, huh?
I'd say it actually looks like could be. Head shakes are decently spaced.
I don't know if you guys can hear that drag. She's just a singing. She's just a singing.
Should I grab the net?
Yeah, get the net, Mitchell, get the net. So if you guys are just chiming in, whenever I clean my boat, I take literally everything out of it. And then every time I clean my boat, I also have another tradition I do. Just forget to put the net back in the boat. I put it on that thing where all my other nets are. For some reason, it's just not in my line of sight.
That's your tradition, you said?
Well, it seems like every time I clean my boat, I forget the net. I don't intentionally do it.
That's what you would call a tradition?
Yeah.
That's a weirdo.
Nice one.
That's a nice fish.
Come here,
That's probably
brother.
the biggest one today.
I don't know.
That one's bigger than the first one.
That first one might have been bigger.
I think this one's bigger.
Just the old salmon grab on him.
Oh yeah, I think that one's bigger.
Oh, we haven't lost one yet. Come here, buddy. That one bit it good. Drop it, drop it. So that fish bit it one time and dropped it. And then he swung around and I think he bit beauties, my friends. Those are what you want to be catching right there.
Yeah, you're right. The first fish was bigger.
I think it was.
After you held it up.
Look how big his fins are, though.
Yeah.
He's got big fins on him.
Yeah. He looked bigger in the water, too.
Yeah, we'll let him go.
He's going to be big.
He's going to be a big one.
We are in an area right now where service is really bad. So we're going to have to bump out of here.
It's buffering?
Bad. I mean, are you guys seeing bad buffering?
Yeah. Well, I can bump out of here. All right.
Might have to.
I also wanted to do another poll. Just getting into a bunch of fish. Now our service is going to crap. I'll bump us out of here, though. I'll just run the trollometer on high for a little bit. Service consensus is service was bad.
I'm nothing yet. I'm just wondering.
Nobody's responding.
I'm seeing it. It's saying that like there's a YouTube error, so I assume it's bad.
There's no viewers at home. Is it buffering a lot right now or no?
We got a yes already. Yes.
All right, I'm getting out of here. Did you guys even see that fish catch? It must have just started happening, huh?
It honestly, like I was watching you reel in the fish and then look back and was like, oh, what do we got going on?
All right, I'm gonna put the trollometer on high to go back to where we were.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody
of course, we had to sit here and talk about how good it's going tonight and how smooth it is.
Did you guys see that last fish catch?
Did you guys see that fish? It was probably 36 inches.
It might have been 36 inches, but it was definitely 25 inches.
Yeah, and if you saw it, it was around that 24, 25.
But I had another question too. I'm kind of torn on this hat. I mean, I like the way this hat looks when it's not on my head.
I was gonna say what?
When it's on my head, it doesn't look good for some reason.
Are you asking for fashion advice?
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like this, like, it's like
It's a cool hat.
it is a cool hat. Like, I want it to work with my head.
It looks better on a feller
I feel
like
like
me.
it's not working good with my head. Put it
Dude,
on.
It's fine. Yeah,
I really want it to work for my
I
head.
have this hat. They sent
That
me
one looks
the
good
same
to you,
hat.
on
Yeah,
you.
I like it. I also like the OG style.
Oh,
These
yeah.
these are some of the best hats ever
The
made.
classic Richardson's hard to beat.
Yeah.
Is it less buffering now?
Yeah, I think so. You wanna-
It's hard because like we're just getting into like the gravy train spot. And then our service just goes wonky on a guy.
Yep, of course.
Guess we're gonna have to catch them somewhere else.
Tom, was that last fish a state record though?
Well,
Could it have been?
had we brought her to market, she probably would have been, but kind of a catch and release guy myself. Locals have been talking. You hear them whispering on the shoreline that someone might have just caught the state record.
Yeah, I can hear him.
Yeah.
All right, I think we are back to
Service?
good service area.
We must be because there's no fish around. We'll find
A lot of people are telling us we should look into Starlink. I'll
Yeah.
tell you what, I have Starlink in my house and it's terrible.
Yeah.
It sucks.
So right here, my phone says, well, I'm on the Wi-Fi, I guess. I'm gonna pull my phone off the Wi-Fi. It says I have basically no service.
Yeah. I mean, Starlink probably out in a lake would be fine. We already have so many things to carry and remember in the boat, though.
Well,
don't
yeah,
wanna
but I
deal
mean,
with
I'd try it.
I'm curious how small it is.
Yeah, if there's like a, well, who told us they had like a small one?
Well, they do. Everyone's saying it's like a backpack version or like a mobile version. If we could actually throw it in one of these tracks back here, it'd be pretty slick.
You're talking make a track mount for the Starlink?
Hell yeah, dude.
Are you out of your mind?
No, we could for sure do that. Do you want to do some high quality live streams?
No.
You don't? Okay.
Oh, bad cast, bad cast. Please see it.
Have you tested signal for live at any trophy walleye factories? Actually, we have, and majority are just not good enough.
Yeah, I've done it multiple times, and it was like I had just dreams of like going live on the biggest school of fish man has ever laid his eyes on, and then 2 times I tried it, I was disappointed in the amount of service I had.
Question, why not try structure?
You could, just my average size on this lake in particular is going to go down a lot if I get into structure.
Almost sounds like Tom just was dying to fish a tournament, doesn't it?
I'm not at all.
No, he doesn't want to. It's too boring.
Too boring, Mitchell. No
Oh, wait,
buffering though, we're in the clear.
Said you boys heard from Cody? Heard he's out in Montana,
Wyoming.
in Wyoming. Who knows what Cody is doing? Cody does not know what Cody is doing.
Who knows?
She's out there running dogs for some sort of animal though.
Probably. Gosh, I can't believe how nice it is out tonight. It's just incredible.
Are you in Wisconsin? I got into the stream like 10 minutes ago.
Yes, we are in Wisconsin. We have caught 1, 2, 3, 4 walleyes. Smallest one being 23. We are hunting the basin on a beautiful night for a couple big marks to cast at. We did just get into a good area and then we lost service, or we were losing service, so I had to circle back into the lesser good area. hate to make excuses, but you know, what's a guy supposed to do? Mitchell, question from the viewers. Do you have trail cam pictures coming in right now?
What's that?
Question from the viewers. Do you have trail cam pics coming in right now?
We have a question from the viewers, or are you just asking me?
Viewers asked.
I don't think anybody asked that.
I have a running small buck on camera.
Randy said he just pre-fished NWT, said you guys would love it. I know I would. Maybe. Maybe not, though.
I'm gonna throw her on constant.
Randy, where'd you pre-fish? Was it probably Sakakawea, obviously?
Sakakawea.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that's where the last one was.
Mitchell, you want any chips?
No.
Okay.
Will you pass me a water, though? One that's not covered in slime, preferably.
I think they're all covered in slime.
Dude, what is this?
I think they're all covered in slime.
Why?
Live well slime, dude. It's not from
Why
fish.
is it so bad?
It's just from who knows what, you know?
Yeah, exactly. It's not even safe.
What's wrong with a little who knows what slime?
Colton said he's got a spike, a tall 4, and a 5.
Moving right now?
Apparently.
Damn. What's your guys' favorite trail cams, cell cam?
Brad said, "How's your garden coming, Mitchell?" Well, Melanie did the garden, and she killed it this year. Thing is huge, growing tons of stuff.
You got
a lot of work.
You got a nice crop yield.
Got a really nice crop.
Shelby sent me a picture of her blackberry harvest.
2 12s on a camera by us, he said.
What?
Ooh, where's that location?
Yeah. Public?
Tom's a big timer.
I really get after it out there in the woods. I did set it. I had like an hour and a half today where I didn't have anything to do, and those guys got the seamless gutters on my house today, Mitchell.
Oh, you got it done?
Yeah.
Was it the ones I sent you?
Yeah.
My buddy Matt? Nice.
Yeah. But anyways, I went out in the woods because I needed to know. Okay? I needed to know. My target buck, as they say in the industry, showed himself this morning. And I had a suspicion where he might be bedding, and I needed to know. So I tromped these big old feet in there and spooked him out of his bed. Confirmed. So that's what I did for an hour today. There's also no fish here since we left the no
Did you
serve.
happen to learn any information from anybody, or did you do it all on your own?
About fishing?
Hunting.
Hunting?
About what you did today, your strategy.
Oh, that was just a total Hail Mary. Fishing, I learned a lot from...
It's funny because I sit there and talk about it all the time.
You told me to go do that?
Yeah. Oh, Moultrie Edge cell cams have been great. So that's... heard good things about Moultrie.
Lots of Moultries?
Tacticam.
Does anybody have anything bad to say about stealth cams?
Yeah, I'm curious too. I have not had the best luck with those things.
Those new ones they sent me?
Yeah.
They take 16 batteries
Are they the...
per thing.
Is that like the 360 camera or whatever?
No, I don't know.
I'm really curious on how that thing works. But I imagine you can't put it on a tree.
A skinny tree. Well, I don't think it's quite 360. I think it's more like a 180.
Yeah. Well, they call it 360, so that's shitty advertising. Is there mountain lines where you hunt?
They have seen a couple over the years.
Yeah, there's been some spotted. I can tell you, I sure as hell hope I do not encounter one.
Yeah, that's the only thing in the woods I'd be like, damn, that's a little eerie. Come on, fish, show yourself. If we did like a live stream like throughout the middle portion of the day, like how many of you guys would like watch while you're at work?
Yeah, are you saying like when the fishing is good?
Well, no, I'm just saying. I mean, this isn't honestly bad fishing for what
No,
this
it's not.
is.
It's not,
just-
especially when you're doing this. type
It's
of
hard to
fishing.
plan them for like 5 p.m. somewhere far away sometimes.
The mulches you can do 8 batteries or 16. 16 is overkill. So I guess those things are probably pretty decent camera. Doesn't Cameron use those and he likes them?
The mole trees?
Yeah.
I don't know for sure on that.
See, Tacticams are great, dude. I mean, it's hard to beat them, honestly. The new ones take like pretty high quality pictures too.
What resolution?
4K.
Yeah. Mine has a setting to do that. I just feel like it's not going to send anywhere.
I get mine sent to me.
Really?
I get 4K videos and pictures.
Are you in spots with like no service?
Yeah.
Like maybe I'll switch.
Hardly
mine
ever
over.
hunt places that have good service.
Well, we're going to see some fish eventually when we get up here farther. The question is when will we...
So your question on the stream, whatever, we got one said I would quit for the stream.
We appreciate that level of enthusiasm. So I'm moving pretty good right now. I'm going 2 miles an hour, just trying to get somewhere where there's more fish. We were just kind of getting into a good area, it felt like, and then we were losing service, so I turned us around. Now I haven't seen one in a couple 100 yards. And this is a lot like trolling the basin. Like if you do a lot of this like open water trolling, like you know how it goes. You might go a ways, catch nothing, and then for no reason catch 5. Boom, boom, boom. And this is a lot what that is. It's just when you're trolling, you still got baits in the water, and you're convinced yourself, maybe I'm gonna catch one here. We're doing this, I know I'm not gonna catch one for at least 100-foot circle around me right now.
Staying at Horseshoe Bay Lodge, Labor Day, any tips? Do you ever fish right outside the resort?
Yeah, so that time of year, I mean, it's basically still like summery. Cool part about Leech is like that southeast or that southwest corner, like kind of by Horseshoe, like there's some deep rock humps. There's always going to be fish relating to those. There's also going to be fish like up in big shallow sand and rock flats in 10, 12 feet of water all summer long. Especially if you have some amount of wind. Oh, that's not a fish though.
Kirk says he saw you ran a Suzuki in earlier videos. What are your ratings on them? Obviously you switched.
Yeah, so I've had an Evinrude, 2 Suzukis, and a Yamaha on boats like basically since I've been fishing. The Evinrude had lots of problems. I'd always have the trim go out, along with other things breaking on it. But the Suzuki, very reliable, very slow motor. But the joke with Suzuki is always like, do they even need oil? Because, I mean, they're just like bulletproof. Yamaha, this is my second Yamaha, that seemingly has the same reputation. Like Yamaha seem like just reliable, blah, 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 blah. Never gonna go bad. I mean, they seem bulletproof, but they have a lot more snap. I have the SHO or the super high output, whatever it is on here, and it's a lot snappier than than a big doggy 4-stroke. They said the 250 on this boat would go 63. That is cruising it.
The Yamaha?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's insane.
They said the Merc's a little slow.
Yeah, I was saying, I think the Merc is like 57. They're all really good, you know.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, there's a reason where the industry went to 4-strokes. They're seemingly so reliable.
I think Yamaha probably has the best motor, but I prefer the Mercury tiller handle. So if they could just combine them, you'd have an awesome package.
You don't like driving on the switch?
I haven't done it enough to be used to it to like it. I just really like being on the handle.
So Warrior has their own proprietary they call it, I don't even know what they call it, the Warrior Pro Tiller steering. I don't know, that's what I call it. But it's basically a switch that's right on the right side of my boat. And once you get used to that, like, it's second nature. That's the only way you drive your boat. We haven't seen a fish in a really long ways here. But we're gonna get back into them. It's so flat out, it feels like I'm not moving. Like I'm just sitting up here. But I am moving. I've moved roughly 2,700 feet since my last fish. I've only seen one in this distance.
We'll see some fish up here.
Yeah, we'll get into some fish. There was good fish coming into this, remember that?
Yep.
We just got to get back there. Days are getting shorter, my friend.
Yeah, they are.
You know those bucks got to be out there rutting on a night like this.
You're on your cameras? You just literally hung them out there.
I know, but you know the level of excitement.
I know.
You know how it goes, Mitchell. Don't even pretend you hang a camera out or you think there's a big buck and you're like, I don't care. There's a little sucker way up high. I'm not even gonna waste my time.
All right, hooked up Wisconsin. He's been in the chat asking questions. I should have shouted out earlier, but I'm sure a lot of you guys probably saw his YouTube channel as well. Go check it out. He's got a question. Tom, what's your experience with spooking fish in open water? How close can you get before you make a cast at a fish without spooking it?
I'll try to cast 90 or 80 away right when I see them. Dirty water, better. Windy water, better. These are probably the toughest conditions that you'll spook fish in. So there's a couple things you can do. One of those things is do not get aggressively on the trolling motor when you are fishing. So like I'm going really fast right now, but a lot of times what I'll do is the second I see that fish, like let's say I see it over here 90 feet, all I'm gonna do is just take my troller, turn it sideways like this, and then I'm gonna get off of it. Now my boat's gonna like naturally start getting closer to the fish, but I'm not gonna drive the boat at all. And that's gonna help me a lot. What you don't wanna do is like be going really fast, see a fish, and then just ramrod it in reverse with that fish like under you. A lot of times what I'll do if I realize like, oh dang it, like I got right on top of that one, I won't even hit the trolling motor. And I'll just go to the other side of the fish and then turn around once I'm a ways away from it. We're fishing clear water on a day with no wind. So these fish will be spookier than the rest of them. But there's days where we were fishing Lake of the Woods, which is like relatively tea-stained, where we had a lot of wind and I could sit there and just put it on 10 and back up and those fish are 10 yards in front of me and they wouldn't move and I'd still get them to bite. So it's all kind of depends. We were in an area with no fish, but we're eventually going to be in an area with fish. A lot of bait though. A lot of bait fish. Some of it's getting real high too. Generally when I see the Cisco's flipping, it's about half a mile that way. So we might have to work our way over there as the day goes on. Because for whatever reason, oh, there's one finally. Oh, this bait, dude. Sometimes all this bait gets so tight. That was a terrible cast. Gotta reel that in. Oh, there's a better looking one. So this fish is out there about 80 right now. I'm gonna make a bomb cast. Should be pretty much right on his head. Now, I'm not gonna hit anything on the trolling motor right now. The second that fish starts chasing me, which is happening right now. Eat it. Oh, he stopped right there. Come on, dude. Circle on it. Wow. Okay, okay. That was a big letdown there. That was like one of those, like, that should have yielded a fish type of interactions. And that is the reality of doing this. Sometimes you're gonna troll a motor that whole ways for nothing.
Yeah, you can literally look around in the water right now and see bait on the surface.
Can you?
Yep.
Splashing yet or no?
No, no, just like small bait, but like right here.
Yeah, you can see it on live, a lot of it way up high. Where'd that fish go, dude? We had a good thing going there, buddy. Back to my jig. That last one I marked was very high, which could be the start of them really getting up in the water column. Here's another one right here. Two of them actually. That one moved though, they both moved on me. Get down there, little bait. Wow, dude, he just was not feeling it. Maybe his buddy will. I don't know, I might try the hyper rattle one more time on that other one. They're really running away from me though. Interesting, Mitchell. Those ones just were either hunting bait really fast or just were not real active, one of the two. All right, well, they officially don't like this as much today. Seems to be more of a subtle jig thing. Kind of weird how it's day to day. I think the last one of these did, it was like throw a hyper rattle on. We figured it out right at the end as our camera fried. A lot of good bait around though. I got a feeling we're about to start seeing some good life. How's our questions doing, Mitchell?
Coming in, Randy said he must have done some pre-live prep, like eat, drink, bathroom breaks to go the long haul. Got a follow-up, said give Ripping Lip Adventures another plug. He knows a lot about productions. Yeah, check out his channel, Ripping Lips Adventures. Any more big reservoir trips on the book for this year?
Wow, dude. I'm getting to be in the thick of them here, Mitchell. Big reservoir trips planned for the rest of the year. There could be some. Some of them are just flying around on me here. See it. Got him right there. Eat it. There we go. Had two of them chasing it there. I'm sure you guys could probably see that. I don't know if those were the same two I had back there, about 50, 60 yards that I casted at, but I had the dual chase going on. And if you can't produce one out of a dual chase, I mean, you know, that's like the ideal situation. Come here, buddy. Average size good, Mitchell. Average size good today. This is gonna be another nice one.
Yeah, this one could be a good one.
We say that, but we kind of know
drag.
this lake, like they're all gonna be relatively the same size. Like 25 to plusers are kind of, you know, there is, dude. I can see all those little minnows out there right now.
Yeah, they're like right on the surface. So
yeah. That's what you see a lot when you get late.
It's gonna be the
day.
biggest fish though.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good one.
It's acting like
He's
it.
gonna be the same size as the other ones, but I can already see him down there.
Kenny.
That's the one nice part about clear water. And he's angry. Once again, if you're just tuning in, we have no net. Because when I clean the boat, I always forget to put it in. What do you think of him, Mitchell? Nice one?
Beauty.
They are
Sure.
so pretty in the clear
Sure
water.
fights hard.
Come here, buddy. Oh, we're gonna lose this one. I can just feel it. Nope. We got him. Well, grinding them out, baby. Grinding them out. Oh, look at that. Same jig I've had on the whole time. Well, I don't know with the light how well you guys can see, like how well it kind of reflects and whatnot. That one was never coming off. Let's give you guys a quick look. Bada bing, bada boom. Another beautiful walleye. Let you go, big girl. So important to let these fish go on these lakes, man. A lot of these natural lakes don't necessarily have a ton of reproduction in them. So a lot of these fish are so valuable. It's not like some Great Lakes walleye factory that's just got millions of big walleyes all over. A lot of times these lakes have walleye densities of like 1 fish an acre or under sometimes. So if you're fishing a 1,000-acre lake, you know, then it's quick to do the math. Say there's 20 boats at the landing every weekend. Everybody keeps their limit. What's 20 times 3? So then you're at 60 fish every weekend for 10 weekends. That's 600 fish. And then that's over half the fish in a lake.
Yeah, it'll go fast.
So important to be letting them go. But every fish I've caught in this video has come on this prototype show jig, which we kind of got to play with a little bit this year. And then we showed it at iCast as well. And I can kind of show you guys a few of the other colors. I'm fishing with like this dark, real dark colored one. You can see kind of that sun just glistening off those things. That's pretty much the deal that I've been throwing, but there are other colors as well. The gold one's super sexy. We can kind of show you guys now that everybody can know about it, I guess. We got the gold one. We got the fire tiger one. What other colors do I got? Straight chartreuse, white glow, I mean, a little bit of everything, but those are the other colors right there. I need another jig like I need a bullet in the head, but I do like that little jig. Back to work, Mitchell. Bad cast. It is possible though, with how clear this water is, he'll see it. But he did not see it. I'll make another cast at him. He's a little bit more left than I initially thought. That cast is pert near gonna catch him.
We had a question, is that hook the same as the Google Eye long shank?
It is a long shank, yeah. Oh, he's moving towards me though. I don't like that. He's moving towards me and around the bow a little bit. These straight down ones get hard to catch. I do not like going for them. But in the name of the live stream, we'll see if we can even get the bait to the fish here. See it? It'd really make my job a lot easier if you saw this. Which he didn't. He's now going to end up basically behind me. Try that on for size. Well, it just didn't happen with that one. We could chase him around. He's back behind the boat now. He's circling us. See if I can spin real slow here. You should see this one. Oh, he just didn't though, dude. Oh yeah, he's just... This one's being elusive. He's swimming around. That's the one problem with fishing light jigs and for basin fish, is that obviously they're kind of always moving. And it takes you a certain time to get down there. Like hyper rattles and stuff like that, if they're biting them, it's just the way to go because it's so much faster. Cannot hit this fish. Oh my goodness. He's just doing loop-de-loops around me, making me look stupid.
Have you tried the mooch minnow?
I have not. It looks very similar, like a normal fluke minnow, so I'd be interested to try it to see like what the deal is.
Randy's wondering if you've ever just drag a dead stick while pitching and chasing.
I don't. I think you could do like a real heavy weight. Like if we took like a 3-ouncer and put it like on a trolling rod or something and then ran like a long lead to a spinner rig, I think that could potentially work. But it's hard, it'd be hard to control depth like while I'm doing this.
Do you find that the fish hit open water, or these open water fish hit right away or on the fall, and they're not at all?
It depends what you're throwing. Like a lot of times if they're biting like shiver minnows and stuff, they bite really fast. But the jig, if they're like really chewed up and going, like they'll bite right away. Otherwise, you guys have seen tonight, like there's one I fed it back to and got them to bite. There's a few others that I've just been reeling away and have got them to bite. The first fish I cast at that we got when we started the live stream, that one I put it on him and it was like, boom. I was like, oh, they're biting really good tonight. But then obviously we've casted at some others that haven't bite. Here's one way out there.
Will you be sticking with Warrior boats?
Absolutely, they are.
That's an easy answer on that one.
Yeah, they are the best boat I have ever been in. Not only that, but Mitch, you just spent a week with the guys at Warrior Boats. And I don't know if there's a better group of people.
No, it's just, it is like truly like they always say, like, oh, welcome to the Warrior family. It is like that.
Yeah.
Everybody loves fishing, hardcore fishermen. Boats are fantastic. They put on cool events. Like,
Yeah, it is very cool.
and I'm definitely going to end up with one. For sure. Especially after that.
See, this one has chased me almost all the way to the boat and has not bit. So
If you're on a smaller body of water, do you decrease your forward range or do you always leave it the same?
I always leave it the same. Like if I'm basin fishing, like that's the time I'll leave it the longest. Sometimes if I'm fishing like weeds or something, or like where there's a lot of targets, I might shrink it in a little bit.
Do blade baits work in the summer on forward facing?
Yep, pretty much anything can work in the summer on forward facing. All right, now we're working it. We're starting to see the stuff we like here.
Yes, we are currently in Wisconsin. Will you be sticking with tillers?
Yes, I love a tiller.
It's just so hard to beat a tiller boat.
Oh, dude, bite it. I got 3 of them on the screen right now. There's just no way, Mitchell. There's no way I can't get one of these to go.
What do you think of the hyper hammer?
Hyper hammer? I guess I've used it more for ice fishing than I have anything else. Got him right there.
Whoa! What is that?
Dude, I don't know if it's just an angry one or what that was about.
Wow! Yeah,
I hit that one and he hit me back, Mitchell.
yeah, you did.
Tell the folks about the most insane hooks I've ever done on a walleye.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Dude, are you talking this week? Honestly, it wasn't that insane of a hook set. Like, it was big fish. All right, guys.
Here's the thing.
And I went
Here's
to
the thing. It was a big fish.
It was a big fish. I went to set the hook, and I don't know. It was like one of these situations where that fish just pulled so damn hard. I didn't have the rod in my hand, and I almost just dropped the damn rod. Lost the fish, of course. But in all fairness, though, I noticed too the fishing was a little tougher for me because we were hitting such monster waves. I did get bucked out of my seat in the boat and wound up on the bottom of my boat. It did hurt my wrist.
Did
So
you?
I'm using that as my excuse why I didn't have a good grip on that
Valid
rod.
excuse.
What's that?
Valid excuse.
Yeah. I mean, I will say flying out of my seat in the boat hurt like hell.
Oh. We got no net.
Oh, Cameron Crockett joined in as
Wow,
we were
Cameron.
setting the hook.
Better late than never, I guess, buddy.
Right. I mean,
Did you know that you are now talking to Mr. and Mrs. Crockett?
Oh yeah, that's right. Congrats, Cameron.
Everyone in the chat, wish Cameron a happy marriage.
Yep.
I haven't seen him since
Dude,
he got in.
that fish, I mean,
I don't know,
wow.
wouldn't you thought that was going to be a 29 incher?
I mean, who says walleyes don't fight though, am I right?
Yeah, you are right. I love these Wisconsin goldfish. Get a shot of this real quick. This might be
What are you trying to get a shot of?
just like the sun going down, a beautiful walleye in the frame. That is what summer's all about right there.
This guy is artistic, folks.
That was the shot.
That was the shot.
Anyways, there he is. I'm going back. See you later, buddy. Angry. Fun night of fishing. That is for sure. I don't know what that fish was doing, but when I set the hook on him, he was going the other direction.
It was.
So here's the hook on this bait. It's kind of a longer shank. It's got the wire keeper, or crawler keeper, whatever you want to call it. Good for plastics. I prefer a long shank jig when I'm fishing live bait, whether that's minnows or crawlers. I feel like you just have a better odds of hooking up. But obviously pretty sturdy hook, as I've now caught like 5 or 6 mid-20s on this video. A little bass boat action, Mitchell.
Those things just go so fast.
Cameron Crockett.
Cameron Crockett's
I'll be
got
damned.
married. Randy said, congrats, Cameron. Does she fish? Well, Randy, Cameron doesn't really fish much either.
I don't know if I'd necessarily say Cameron fishes. So.
No. But he's a big deer hunter. So we like him.
We keep him around. He was giving me the no trophy booners blues today, Mitchell. He was saying no booners on cam.
No booners on camera. That's a sad year. Have you tried the Smeltinator jig for crawlers?
I have not.
It sounds cool though.
I mean, I mainly just buy stuff based on the name, to be honest with y'all. This might be my favorite live stream we've done yet.
Is it really?
It's just so peaceful out.
It is definitely the
I'm not
nicest
feeling
weather
pressured.
It's either been windy or hotter than hell. Like today is perfect.
Yeah. How's our computer battery?
Probably just under half.
So substantially better when it's not 95 degrees out.
Yeah.
Fans got.
Or we
it
don't have
all
to
the
set it on ice.
time. Yeah. Yeah, the last 2 live streams we did prior to this, one we had to put a bag of ice under the computer inside of a rain jacket. And
It
then
worked.
The last one we did, we melted the cord that goes to the camera. So you could say that things are going well for us.
Yeah, I'd say.
Trail camera update. Still nothing.
Huh?
Nothing to report
What do you mean? Just no picture at all?
in the last 30 minutes.
Oh, I thought you were like checking a notification.
No.
So even if you don't get a notification, meaning you know 100%
Dude,
you don't have a picture.
You can never be sure.
still check it?
There's not a booner staying in front of your
Gotcha.
trail camera. Unless you just sit around and hit refresh the entire day. One can never be too sure. Lots of bait. Lots of bait around.
Do not see any Cisco's breaking the surface
Yeah,
though.
well, down there is where it happens most of the time. Kind of by where we started. It feels like fall out right now.
It does. It really does.
It is beautiful outside. Are you guys enjoying this live stream? There's only so much I can do to, like, you know, try to be entertaining. Just portions of this are just going to be me driving around looking for a fish to catch. But it does show the real side of fishing. And we enjoy doing these. Honestly, it's one of the best ways to, like, interact with. Obviously, when we post a video, so I read every comment, but obviously I don't have time to, like, respond to every comment on YouTube. But I do read everyone, where these are, like, obviously far more, I can do engaging stuff. Coming up on some structure here in the distance. And I see some ones just hanging like super high over it.
Gordon's wondering if smallies chase Cisco to the surface, right?
Oh yeah, they'll chase anything to the surface. I don't see a lot of smallies like middle of nowhere, but over stuff like this, I'll see a lot of smallies where you have a rock hump down deep and you'll see bass like sitting up above them. There's a fish right there, but I'm not even gonna cast at him, I don't think.
Have you tried a rattling jig?
I have not yet today. I've basically just fished this one jig the whole time so far. I've thrown the hyper rattle a couple times, and some days they're all over it. It seems like today they just kind of like the slow. I'm sure the search bait would work today too. Kind of bait on the bottom right there. There's bait up on the surface out over the deep stuff.
Cameron says, are we going lake trout fishing this weekend?
Potentially.
Is he coming up?
Yeah, I got to touch base with Shelby. I got to try to get out of my own thing, Cameron. Supposed to go to the state fair this weekend. It's just for a day though, you know. You ever go to the state fair, Mitchell?
I have not.
Guy like you might like it. You might like walking through like the agriculture building.
I definitely would. Check out all those chickens.
Yeah.
What do you like about the state fair, Tom?
You just kind of go there and, well, really Shelby just kind of drags me there.
Okay, so you don't care. You don't go on rides or anything?
Dude, I can't go on rides. I
Why?
get way too car sick.
You get sick?
Yeah. Rides are not for me.
Saddest thing I've heard.
I know, it is pretty sad, but it is the truth. These ones might bite. I really don't like how close I am to them. But there is a small potential something could happen here. That was about as much as I thought was going to happen there. I don't like fish on structure, on these pressured bodies of water. I like fish way out off the edge up high. So I will bypass all other fish to fish for those ones. in front of me. Dang it. See, this one's gonna spook. See how his buddy's already going down? That was my bad. I definitely was the cause of that. Yeah, I was the cause of that. That was not an ideal interaction. Got to get at least one more good one, you know? Time is it, about 7? Sun's about...
Yeah, it's 7.
3 fingers off the tree line, I'd reckon.
We're losing camera light.
Does it look all weird already?
Oh, you can tell it's like evening. Yeah.
Can you adjust the thing? Should
Probably.
be able to. Adjust the thing real quick. It's not recording, so. Or the guy's just saying screw it.
I mean, it's still fine right now.
All right, here's a good one. Couple of them. Come on, baby. You gotta be kidding me, dude. How did you not bite that? What? Come on, dude. Don't play me like that. Now, normally I don't like working the trolling motor this close to him, but I'm gonna swing just a little bit here. Make a real marginal cast at him. Hope they see it. Yeah, they kind of got spooky on me. Come on, guys, don't do that. Wrong attitude from those. Wrong attitude from those. Onward. When you're fishing this way, it's a lot of just trying to get that one immediate reaction, like out of fish. So a lot of times I don't just like spend time trying to chase fish around that I didn't cast or didn't get to go right away. Sometimes you can get those. It generally gets a little bit increasingly harder after I have like the first bad interaction. What was that one? I must have casted at him 10 times the other day. Remember that?
Where?
It felt like it was 15 minutes I was chasing that one fish on Lake of the Woods.
On Lake of the Woods, and like a few fish that were.
Then I
like
finally
that.
got him right under the boat. Like 10 feet down. Show me the fish. That was a little pack of them there. How many of you guys have been watching since the beginning of this? I'd be interested to know. Show me a fish. Come on, baby. Any of you been watching since the start?
Nothing yet.
Nothing yet? It is a long time to sit and watch fishing, I think.
We got a first one. Nathan said he has.
Appreciate it, Nathan. Appreciate it to everybody watching. Watching some live fishing. Oh, there's a big mark. There's a big mark. That's what I like. It's a long cast though. A little short, but he may see it here. Oh, he's gonna see it. He's gonna see it. It's a long mark because it's 2 marks. Got him right there. Eat it, eat it, eat it. Got him. Oh man, I don't know if there's a more fun way to fish. I don't know if there's a more fun way to fish. All the anticipation that happens when you're trying to, you know, make all the trolling motor around worth it in about a 2-second window. And we're catching quality, baby. We're catching quality.
Another good one.
All good ones tonight.
I mean, that's why you fish the basin.
Look at that. Unreal. I absolutely love it. Do I ever get sick of my job? Absolutely not. There's nothing I love more than fishing. I never get burned out on fishing. Sometimes I get burned out on like the race to get videos, I'd say.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
But,
more
like,
like it's
the
never
actual-
the fishing part.
The actual fishing, I could sit out here every day and do this. Maybe we got the nicest one of the night here.
This might be. This one's really pulling.
And he's really dogging me. He just ran 30 feet down. I can see him coming up
Yeah,
there.
that's usually a good sign when the fish keeps going down.
Yeah. Come here, buddy. Oh yeah, it's a nice one. Is he any nicer than the others? I don't know. Oh my goodness, man. That is the way
It's a good one though.
you want to spend your night. Got him. And you know what, Mitchell? We didn't lose a single one tonight with no net. Straight up trout grabbed every one of them. All hooked very good tonight. There we go. I don't know if there's much else to say. That is a perfect evening on the water right there. He's a dark one, isn't he?
Yeah, it's a good looking fish.
Yeah, I love these northern Scani dinosaurs. See you later, Mama. Well, I don't know what else there is to say. I mean, obviously, came out. We've caught a pretty good number of fish. I think we caught like 7 fish or something like that.
I think so, somewhere in that
It's
range.
pretty good for basin fishing, but that is pretty much. Well, every fish came on the same bait. This is, if you're just chiming in, this is the show jig from Kalen's, brand new for next year. It'll be out. Has a lot of like this highly reflective. You guys can probably see a little bit of that, like shining there. Tungsten jig. We showed it a little bit at iCast, and now we can show it on video catching fish on it. But I don't know if there's much else to say. Generally, this bite's gonna absolutely go garbage right at dark. I don't know what happens. This lake's notorious for like, you'll catch them really good like this suspended, and then all of a sudden you just can't find a fish. And all that bug life starts to like mat out your screen. So this is kind of probably gonna start to be the end of the good fishing, but pontoons going by. Howdy folks, enjoy your evening. But I appreciate you guys tuning into this. It means a lot that you guys watch me fish and allow me to do my job every day. So a huge thank you to you guys for watching, subscribing, commenting, all that good stuff. Hopefully you guys are having a good summer, catching a bunch of fish. This is always kind of the part of the year I start looking forward to fall, because a lot of times summer bites just stay the same for such a long period of time. So yeah, lots of fun fishing on the horizon for the rest of the season. So I appreciate you guys being with me all year. If you're not subscribed yet, I would love for you to be. Drop some comments down below. Hopefully you enjoyed watching this, and we'll see you guys on the next one. 3, 2, 1. See ya.